Hi, I'm Brianna. I'm 28 now, running my own marketing firm in downtown Seattle, and life is pretty great. But 12 years ago, I was just trying to survive high school, and that's when Derek Martinez made my life a living nightmare. I was sitting at my desk, reviewing a client proposal, when my assistant buzzed in. Miss Chen, there's a Derek Martinez here to see you. He doesn't have an appointment, but he says it's urgent. My stomach dropped. I hadn't heard that name in over a decade. Send him in, I said, my voice steadier than I felt. The door opened, and there he was. Derek looked different, thinner, tired, with worry lines creasing his forehead. Gone was the confident swagger that used to terrorize the hallways of Lincoln High. Brianna, he said, attempting a smile. Wow, you look amazing. I heard you were doing well, and What do you want, Derek? He shifted his weight. I need your help. I'm in serious trouble at work, and I heard your firm handles crisis management and reputation repair. My boss is about to fire me over some allegations, and I need someone who can… Allegations? I leaned back in my chair. What kind of allegations? Some people are saying I've been hostile in the workplace, creating a toxic environment. But it's all overblown, you know? Just misunderstandings. I let the silence stretch between us. Do you remember high school, Derek? His face shifted. Come on, that was forever ago. We were kids. Kids, I laughed without humor. Sit down. He hesitated, then sat across from me. Do you remember what you called me every single day for 2 years? I asked. Brianna, Ching Chong, China Doll, Fortune Cookie. You made those sounds, those fake accents every time I walked past you in the hallway. That was stupid kid stuff, he said quickly. I was immature. We're adults now. Do you remember the day you tripped me in the cafeteria? I fell face first, broke my glasses, and you stood there laughing while everyone recorded it on their phones? Derek rubbed his face. Look, I'm sorry about all that, okay? I really am. But I'm here because I need professional help. Can we please just… Do you remember cornering me by the lockers and telling me to go back to my country? The country I've never even lived in because I was born in Portland? I was a jerk, all right? I admit it. But people change, Brianna. I've changed. I picked up my phone. Jessica, can you come in here for a minute? My best friend and business partner walked in, her eyes widening when she saw Derek. Holy crap, Jessica said. Is that… Derek Martinez, I confirmed. He needs our help with a workplace harassment situation. Jessica's expression hardened. She'd been there through all of it, had held me while I cried after particularly bad days. You've got to be kidding me, Jessica said, looking at Derek. You're being accused of harassment? Why am I not surprised? It's not what you think, Derek said defensively. It's all blown out of proportion. Just like when you made a fake Instagram account to post edited photos of Brianna and spread them around school? Jessica crossed her arms. Was that also blown out of proportion? Derek's face went red. That wasn't even me. That was… your friend Tyler, I finished. Who you laughed with, who you encouraged, who you gave photos to. This isn't fair, Derek said, standing up. I came here for help, not to be ambushed about ancient history. Ancient history? Jessica's voice rose. Brianna had panic attacks for years because of you. She changed schools because you made her life unbearable. That's not all on me, Derek shouted. Then who's it on? I asked calmly. Tell me, Derek. Who made my life hell? He was quiet for a long moment. Fine. I was terrible to you. I was a stupid, insecure kid who took his problems out on someone who didn't deserve it. Is that what you want to hear? What I want, I said slowly, is for you to leave my office. Brianna, please. I'll lose everything. My job, my reputation. I've got a mortgage, bills, a girlfriend who's talking about marriage. I need this. You needed compassion when you were making me cry every day? You needed empathy when you made me afraid to go to school? That was different. How? Jessica demanded. How is it different? Derek's jaw worked. Because I'm asking for help now. Because I'm admitting I was wrong. Only because you need something, I pointed out. He looked between us, desperation clear on his face. What do you want? An apology? Fine, I'm sorry. I'm really, truly sorry for everything I did to you. Please, Brianna, help me. I stood up, walked to my office door, and opened it. Get out. Brianna, I said get out! Derek stared at me, then at Jessica, then back at me. You're really going to do this? You're going to let my life fall apart over something that happened when we were 16? No, I said. I'm going to let your life fall apart over something you're apparently still doing at 28. Those allegations against you? They're probably true, aren't they? His silence was answer enough. Get out of my office, Derek, and don't come back. After he left, Jessica turned to me. Are you okay? Actually, I said, sitting back down, I think I need to make some phone calls. I want to know exactly what Derek's being accused of at his job. Jessica smiled slowly. Now we're talking. The next morning, I called an old acquaintance from my networking group. Sarah, hi, it's Brianna Chen. I heard you're working at Cascade Tech now? Brianna, yes, I've been here about 6 months. Why? Do you know a Derek Martinez? There was a pause. Unfortunately, yes. He's in my department. Why are you asking? He came to my office yesterday asking for help. Said he's being accused of creating a hostile work environment. Sarah's voice dropped. Can we meet for coffee? I don't want to discuss this over the phone. 2 hours later, we sat in a corner booth at a cafe downtown. Derek is a nightmare, Sarah said immediately. He's been here a year, and he's made at least 4 people cry. He constantly makes inappropriate comments, mocks people's ideas in meetings, and creates this atmosphere where everyone's afraid to speak up. What kind of comments? I asked. Racist ones, mainly? There's a woman named Priya on our team. She's Indian American. And Derek does these terrible accent impressions when she's not around. Sometimes when she is around, he calls her tech support even though she's a senior developer. My hands tightened around my coffee cup. Same pattern. There's more, Sarah continued. Marcus, one of our Black colleagues, presented an idea in a meeting last month. Derek shot it down, said it was urban thinking and wouldn't work for their client base. Marcus filed an official complaint. Good. That's when Derek started panicking. HR launched an investigation and suddenly he's trying to play nice. But the damage is done. At least 7 people have come forward with complaints now. 7? I leaned forward. Sarah, would any of them be willing to talk to me? Why? Because Derek bullied me relentlessly in high school. Same behavior, racist remarks, constant harassment, making me feel unsafe. I transferred schools because of him. And if he's still doing this, if there's a pattern going back years, that could be important for the HR case. Sarah's eyes widened. You'd testify to that? I'd do more than testify. I'd document everything. Do you think HR would want to hear from his past victims? I think they'd be very interested, Sarah said slowly. Let me talk to Marcus and Priya. And Brianna, thank you. Derek's made so many people miserable and he just keeps getting away with it. That evening, Jessica came over with takeout and wine. So I did some digging, she said, spreading documents across my kitchen table. Remember Tyler Mitchell, Derek's friend who made that fake Instagram account? How could I forget? He's on LinkedIn, works at the same company as Derek. They're still friends. I felt a chill. You think Tyler's doing the same thing? I think birds of a feather, Jessica said. I also found Derek's old Twitter account. He didn't delete it, just abandoned it. There are tweets from college. Racist jokes, misogynistic comments, the works. All still public. Screenshot everything, I said immediately. Already did. I also reached out to some people from Lincoln High. You weren't Derek's only target, Brianna. Remember Amy Tran? I nodded. She was a year behind us. Derek harassed her too, made ching-chong noises, pulled his eyes back at her. She said it lasted her entire sophomore year until her family moved to California. Can she document it? She kept a journal. She's willing to share it. My phone buzzed. It was Sarah. Brianna, I talked to Marcus and Priya. They want to meet you. Tomorrow at lunch? I'll be there, I said. The next day, I met Marcus and Priya at a restaurant near their office. "Thank you for meeting with me," I said after we'd ordered. "Sarah said you went to high school with Derek," Marcus said. "That he bullied you?" "For 2 years. Racist remarks, harassment, public humiliation. I eventually had to transfer schools because my grades were suffering and I was having panic attacks." Priya shook her head. "It's exactly what he's doing now. He called me slumdog in front of the whole team last week. When I confronted him, he said I was being too sensitive. He told me I should be grateful they hired someone urban to bring diversity," Marcus added bitterly. "Like my master's degree from Stanford didn't matter, just my skin color." "HR's investigating, but Derek's being coached," Priya said. "His lawyer told him to apologize and claim he didn't realize his comments were offensive. He's trying to frame it as ignorance, not malice." "But it is malice," I said. "And I can prove there's a pattern. If he did this in high school, through college based on his social media, and now in the workplace, it shows this is who he is. Not a mistake, not ignorance. Deliberate, sustained harassment." Marcus leaned forward. "What do you need from us?" "Everything. Dates, times, witnesses, documentation. And I need to know, has Derek ever made threats or gotten physical?" Priya and Marcus exchanged glances. "Last week," Priya said quietly. "After I filed my complaint, Derek cornered me in the parking garage. He got in my face, told me I was making a big mistake, that I was ruining his life over nothing. He punched the car next to mine. I reported it to security. They have it on camera," Marcus added. "Derek's lawyer is trying to say he was just venting, but it was intimidation. Clear intimidation." I smiled. "That's assault. Did you file a police report?" "Security told me I could, but I wasn't sure if—" "File it," I said firmly. "Today. Because that's not just an HR issue anymore. That's criminal." 3 days later, I received a text from Derek. "Please call me. We need to talk." I called him on speakerphone with Jessica present. "What do you want, Derek?" "I know what you're doing," he said, his voice tight. "You're trying to destroy my career. I'm documenting a pattern of behavior. There's a difference. This is revenge. You're still mad about high school." "This isn't about high school, Derek. This is about the fact that you never stopped. You're still hurting people. I apologized to you. You said words. There's a difference between apologizing and actually being sorry. Being sorry means changing. You haven't changed at all." "You don't know that." "Don't I? What about Priya? What about Marcus? What about the 6 other people who filed complaints?" Derek's breathing was heavy. "I need this job, Brianna. My girlfriend and I just signed a lease. I've got student loans. And you think that's my problem? I think you're being vindictive. I think you're finally facing consequences. How does it feel, Derek? How does it feel to have your life turned upside down? This is different. How? Explain to me exactly how this is different from what you did to me." Silence. "That's what I thought," I said. "Brianna, please. I have changed. I'm trying to be better." "You meant it with me. Every single time." "We were kids. And now you're an adult doing the same things. You think the excuse changes just because you're older?" "What do you want from me?" Derek shouted. "You want me to grovel?" "Nothing will make it okay. You don't get forgiveness just because you finally got caught." "I'll lose everything." "Good. Maybe you should." "I'm not going down alone, Brianna. If you keep this up, I swear I'll—" "You'll what?" Jessica interjected. "Threaten her? Like you threatened Priya?" "Who the hell? Jessica, you're in on this too?" "I've been in on this since you made Brianna's life miserable 12 years ago. I watched her cry. I watched her stop eating. So yeah, I'm in on this." "This is harassment." "No," I said. "This is accountability." Fine. You want to ruin my life? I'll make sure everyone knows what kind of person you really are. I'm someone who stands up to bullies. Are you threatening me, Derek?" The line went quiet. "We're done talking," he finally said. "Actually, we're not. Tomorrow, I'm meeting with your HR department. I'm bringing documentation spanning 12 years. I'm bringing statements from multiple victims. And I'm bringing evidence that you just threatened me on this recorded phone call. You recorded this? Every word. Funny how you never think about consequences until they're staring you in the face. Derek's voice turned ice cold. You're going to regret this. Is that another threat? The line went dead. Jessica looked at me. That was definitely a threat. Yeah, I said, already pulling up the police non-emergency number. It was. The next week, Derek showed up at my office building demanding to see me. Security escorted him out when he started shouting in the lobby. That incident was recorded. I met with Cascade Tech's HR director and legal counsel, along with the 7 employees who'd filed complaints. Miss Chen, can you walk us through your documentation? The HR director asked. Derek Martinez demonstrated a pattern of discriminatory harassment starting in high school. Here are dated journal entries from his victims. Here are screenshots of social media posts with racist content. Here are witness statements. I slid folders across the table. His behavior at your company matches the same pattern. Most critically, Derek threatened Ms. Sharma after she filed her complaint, which constitutes witness intimidation. He also threatened me during a recorded phone call and created a disturbance at my office. We've made our decision, the HR director said. Derek Martinez's employment is terminated effective immediately. We're also referring the threatening behavior to authorities for criminal charges. Priya exhaled in relief. Thank you. 2 weeks later, Derek emailed me. Brianna, I've lost my job. My girlfriend left me. I'm facing criminal charges. Please, can we talk? I'm truly sorry. I want to make amends. Please give me a chance. I forwarded it to my lawyer, then replied, No. He showed up at my office one final time. Security called before letting him enter. He's calm, asking for 5 minutes. What would you like us to do? I'll see him, but security stays in the room. Derek looked defeated. Thank you for seeing me. You have 5 minutes. I'm sorry. I've lost everything, and I finally understand what I put you through. You understand because it happened to you, I said. Not because you developed empathy. Maybe. But I'm understanding now. That has to count for something. It doesn't. Brianna, please. I'll do anything. Community service, counseling, whatever you want. I can't help you, Derek, and I won't. Why? Why are you so determined to destroy me? I'm not destroying you. You destroyed yourself. I'm just making sure everyone knows who you really are. His face hardened. So that's it? No forgiveness? No second chances? Not from me. That's cruel. No, cruelty is making someone afraid to go to school. Cruelty is targeting someone for their race year after year. What I'm doing, that's justice. I hate you, he said, his voice breaking. That's fine. You hated me 12 years ago when I'd done nothing to you. At least now I've earned it. Security escorted him out. Jessica found me later, staring out my window. You okay? Yeah, I really am. Derek's facing charges. Priya and Marcus are suing him. His chances of working in tech again are 0. Good. Is it weird that I'm proud of you? I smiled. No, because I'm proud of me too. For the first time in a long time, I stood up to the person who made me feel small, and I won. What happens now? Now? I keep building my life. And if Derek ever tries to hurt anyone else, there's a paper trail 12 years long that will follow him. Jessica hugged me. He really did lose everything. He lost what he built on a foundation of cruelty, I said. And honestly, I don't feel bad about it at all. Because Derek didn't lose everything because of me. He lost everything because of who he chose to be, over and over again. And sometimes, that's exactly what justice looks like. Has someone from your past ever come back asking for help after treating you terribly? How did you handle it? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about standing up to bullies.